And we're live. Hey, y'all. Welcome back.
Howdy.
Howdy. Hey. Hi, Shane.
Howdy, howdy.
All right. I am Trip Bassett, and we are tripping with Allison Heinemeyer,
Yes.
Director of Habitable Spaces, which is where we are right now, and Shane Heinemeyer, her hubby, co-director of Habitable Spaces. They're going to be teaching us how to make goat cheese out of their freshly milked goats. And that's Shane's world. I'm gonna show you the goat pens soon. God, they're cute. All right, so here we go. Thanks for joining us today, by the way, in the gardens and with the beekeepers. And now we're on to cheesemaking. I'm so excited about this. Here we go. All right, Allison, kick it off.
Hi. So I'm going to teach you guys how to make a very, very simple soft goat cheese, chèvre goat cheese. It is about the simplest thing you could possibly do. French cheeses are all very wonderful. I kind of think of French cheeses as like the lazy cheese, you know? I mean, Italian cheeses are all fussy and there's a lot of work and steps involved. French cheeses are do it, set it aside, come back to it, and you got some cheese.
All right.
Easy.
Easy cheesy, y'all. Let's get started. Woo. I'm going to turn the camera around.
Okay, so first we're gonna, I like to use stainless steel when I'm doing cheese because you can clean it really well and you want to make sure that your pots and pans are absolutely cleaned and sterilized. For this we're going to use 2 quarts of goat milk and we're just going to pour it into the pot. And we're going to bring this goat milk up to between 180 and 185 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm going to get my lovely Vanna White assistant.
Oh, Vanna!
Comes down this side.
You're up, baby.
So, what you need is a stainless steel spoon for slowly stirring and a thermometer. This is a cheese, it's actually a beer thermometer. It's extra long. You don't really need it for something like this, but when you're making larger cheeses in huge pots, you need a really long thermometer. So it's a little too long for us, but it'll work. So he's going to hold that, and he's going to keep stirring until the milk gets to 180 degrees Fahrenheit.
Cool.
Meanwhile,
on your left,
I am going to squeeze some lemons. So I've got 2 lemons here. You need about 2/3 of a cup of lemon juice to curdle it. Sometimes you can get away with a little less. Kind of play it by ear.
So this is to serve as curdling.
Yes.
All right.
Yes. So you need to make the curds. Basically, what you're doing here, and we'll take a look at this process when we pour the lemon in, is you are separating the fats from the proteins. So it becomes curds and whey. So what the lemon juice does is it goes in there and curdles the milk, and when it does that, it separates the fats from the proteins.
So that's where the whey comes in?
Yeah, the whey is the clear liquid, which we'll take a look at after we're done making our cheese, which can go into smoothies. It's super high in protein. Weightlifters use it all the time. It's a great resource as well. You can actually make, maybe we can also do a tutorial about that. You can make a bunch of cool drinks with whey. I like to make a
way cool.
Way cool. Yes, I like to make a lemonade kind of thing with the whey.
Lemonade.
It's a naturally fermented drink that involves lemons.
Ooh, fabulous. And what is this used for? You're going to put on a salad tonight?
Yes, we are. We are going to use this in tonight's dinner. We have all these humongous foot-long green beans that we're growing, and I was thinking I'd make a little salad with goat cheese, green beans, and fresh grape tomatoes from our garden.
Scrumptious.
Yes.
They're called foot-long beans, right?
They are called
Foot-long. Those things are
They're
huge.
actually longer than a foot, some of them.
They're really long.
All right. Well, see, now's the waiting game.
All right.
Waiting. We're at 100 and holding.
Okay.
I mean, and climbing.
All right.
100 and climbing. So
Is
now,
it the waiting game?
It's the.
Oh my god.
Wang, wang, wang.
Well, now is the time when we go take a sip of wine.
Ooh, Julia. Julia in the
I'm not
house.
allowed to, 'cause
I
you know
think,
what?
came back from an emergency.
I
I'm
think
still wearing my...
Shane got a little bit of a head start on you.
Nope, not allowed.
No, oh,
I'm
no,
wearing a long gear.
scratch that. Yep, that.
Actually, while we're waiting for the milk to get to the right temp, I will talk a little bit about cheesecloth.
All right.
Okay, so first.
Great
essential
background. If you could stay there, it'd be great.
Inspirational.
Ooh, look at the bread over there. Who
Yes.
made that?
Chef, the farm manager's bread.
Fabulous. And what else do we have? We have
Sharpest
eggs.
farmer.
We have these lovely bread baskets that I just bought. These are French bread baskets. And
Yeah.
you proof the bread in here, and then when you're done, it leaves this beautiful pattern on the bread.
Oh,
Found out about this
okay.
from Kelsey Featherstone, who is a huge talent, and she uses these. And I was like, I need some.
She told
Nice.
us where to get on,
Oh,
yeah.
that's exciting.
Okay,
And then
so-
we have homemade bread, and then we have what are these?
Duck eggs.
Duck eggs and
More duck eggs.
more duck
Duck eggs
eggs.
galore.
Yay! All right, cheesecloth.
Okay, so let's talk about our setup here. So, a lot of people buy cheesecloth. Don't buy cheesecloth in the supermarket. It is not worth it. It's like you're never gonna be able to make cheese out of it. It's huge holes in it. Doesn't work. I actually find, since we make a lot of cheese here, I use muslin. Muslin is cheap. Don't get it dyed or bleached. This is natural muslin. It's super cheap at the fabric store, and you can get a whole bolt of it, and you're going to be paying a heck of a lot less per foot for something like this. And it'll let the cheese drain, and you know.
Yeah, if you're going to be getting
better,
into cheese,
more affordable.
you should just go ahead and get a whole bolt if you're getting into cheese, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Great.
Not to put any pressure on you guys. Okay, so we're gonna get a colander, a bowl or a pan, and we're gonna put our muslin in there. That's where this is where we're gonna separate our curds and whey. You also want to have a wooden spoon or a spatula on hand because when the curds settle in there, you're gonna scrape them down and add your salt. For salt, I use a non-iodized salt. That's the only thing you have to worry about is non-iodized. We're going to use Himalayan pink sea salt today.
Fancy.
You don't have to do the pink. I mean, it kind of leaves pink traces in your goat cheese, but I like it. I like it.
Boy.
Sucker for the pink salt. But you can use sea salt, which is pretty traditional.
Little pink for the stank.
Little pink for the stank. Okay, that's our setup. How's our temp doing there?
140.
Oh man,
Yeah,
see, this
I know, I
movie
can't-
making magic.
Oh, so we have to wait
We
till
gotta
it.
wait.
All right. So this is a simple goat cheese, and you were telling us that this is a more simple goat cheese, and we're going to be doing. You're going to be preparing more complicated cheeses as we go. What can we expect from our future cheese making sessions?
I wanted to do maybe the second one. We could do a feta, which is really fun. A feta is also a very simple cheese. You can also make it. It's with milk and lemon, but it's
Goat's milk.
Make it with goat's milk and lemon, and with the feta, the only thing is it's aged in a bunch. It's aged in salt water, so that's
So it takes more time.
that's the difference. Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah. And then we could try doing some fermented goat cheeses, which are really nice.
Okay.
And then
Excellent.
one thing that's a favorite around here is we do an ash ripened goat
Oh, that
cheese,
is the
which
best.
is one of my
Oh,
favorites.
yeah?
So,
What's so good
And a
about
really
it?
good Parmesan, too. Did you mention that already?
yeah, well, no,
Yeah?
but Parmesan takes a year, and we don't have
does.
any. We
Yes.
already ate
Oh.
all of ours, so.
Oh yeah, that stuff goes fast.
What about and beer wash, too?
Yes, there's all kinds of we can do beer
Ooh.
wash. We can do fig leaf wrapped cheeses. But the ash ripen is one of our favorites here, and that's another French one. Again, a lazy cheese. Ash ripen is the French would do an ash ripen cheese that would coordinate with their milking cycle. So, and actually a lot of the temps that right now we're going up to 180, between 180 and 185, which is a high temp. You have to heat it up. But with an ash ripened cheese, that's a pretty low temp. It is around 90 degrees. So actually you're talking fresh out of the goat. So if you think about it, the French, they would go milk in the morning. They bring their milk in, they pour it into their cheese form, they separate the curds and whey. And then to keep the flies off of it, in the French kitchen, they would sprinkle
what we're struggling
ash.
with here, as you may see. They would sprinkle it with ash.
They would sprinkle it with
Okay.
ash, and the ash
All
was
right.
made from grapevines that every year, because everybody also had grapevines growing on their
But of
farm. So then they would
course.
trim their grapevines
Of
and
course.
then burn the grapevines and make ash out of it. So then they
Nice.
sprinkle that on to keep the flies off.
Okay.
And one of my favorite cheeses is a Midnight Moon. I don't know if you guys have heard about that cheese, but it has this
No.
beautiful ash line running through it.
Yeah.
Now, Midnight Moon probably isn't
Inside
made
the cheese.
inside the
Inside the
cheese.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So Midnight Moon probably isn't made this way, but traditionally, that ash line in the middle would be the morning milking in the bottom, ash, and then the evening milking would come in and they'd make the cheese with the evening milking and pour those curds on the top of the morning milking. So you have this ash line in the middle.
I didn't know
Wow.
that. That's
Pretty
amazing.
incredible
Oh.
and very practical. I mean, if
Yeah,
you think about a French
absolutely.
farmer, you're working in the field, you milk, you come in, make your cheese immediately, ash,
Flies away.
go about your day, evening milk the goats, come in, cheese.
Yeah. Okay. Great. And Shane, do you milk twice a day, or what?
I milk twice a day.
You milk twice a
every
day. Yeah.
Even on the weekends.
Yes.
Goats don't know about weekends.
No, they don't.
They do not take time off here because they can't. They've got animals to take care of. It's crazy.
Now I'm planning on kind of training a couple of volunteers to get
Well,
people
should
more.
we introduce Hooray here?
Oh yeah. Hooray!
Hello.
Hooray is our newest volunteer farmer. So exciting.
And-
Just
and
in from Austin.
My first cheese intern.
Goat
my first
apprentice.
goat milking intern. I should say.
Yes. Yeah,
Goat-
yeah,
goat
yeah,
apprentice.
yeah.
Goat
Yes. And we are being very
We are
quarantine
there,
friendly here,
guys.
just in case you're asking.
All right, so we're there. Come on
All
over.
right, let's do this.
So we're right at one.
Let's do
Right at
this.
180.
Let's
So
do
you wanna get
this.
a close
Solid.
up of the temp there.
Solid.
180
Okay.
is the temperature we're looking for.
See that?
Gonna turn off the heat.
Alright,
And,
so.
ow, that's hot.
Yeah, because it's
Ow.
hanging over the edge. Sorry. Yeah, that's my
Oop.
bad.
All right, so we're just gonna take that out,
All right.
and we'll add our lemon juice. So I'm gonna pour it into this little measuring cup. Roughly, you want to do about a third of a cup of lemon juice for every quart of goat milk.
You should explain that you strained real quick too.
Oh, I strained out the seeds.
Oh.
Just so you don't get anything.
Look at you with the big brain.
Okay, Shane, do you mind stirring now?
Stir. Now watch this.
Slowly stir.
Ooh.
Slowly, yeah. Bring the camera.
Watch
Super
this happen.
slow.
It'll actually happen before your very eyes or before your very
Okay.
screen.
So,
All right, so the process is stirring slow and you're pouring in the lemon
yep.
and it is turning into whey.
Yeah.
Curds and
So, can you see the
Curds and
separation there in the camera?
Now it's happening.
see that?
Look at that.
Yes.
So the curds.
Looks like oil and water.
Yep.
Yes, the curds. Okay, just let's stop stirring now because we want to be very gentle with the curds. So the curds are now separated from the whey.
Okay. And then we just leave it.
All right. Now what we do is we take our pot and we pour it into the muslin, really separating the curds from the whey. So the whey is going to go down into this pot,
Oop,
and the curds will stay on top.
Anyone got a joke?
You are now tuned into the curd nerds. Curd nerds.
So, now you just let that drain for about 10 minutes. But I learned from our last cooking show, and I did a little bit of movie making magic,
Oh, yeah?
cooking show magic, and I went ahead and pre-made some cheese.
Yay! Real cheese.
So, the whey will drain out, and then what'll be left is the curds. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna scrape down the sides and you will, and then you gather up the muslin, give it a twist, and hang it over your sink or somewhere where it can drip for about
right.
half an hour.
So you're straining.
Yes.
So
And
fresh
you
cheese, she literally
also
made
add salt. So look.
half an hour ago.
Oh, look at that.
Well, do you
Bravo.
think Jeff would mind if we broke into his bread and tried some of this cheese out?
Best way to break the bread. Bred by our head farmer, Hefe, a.k.a. Jeff, who we just saw on Instagram Live today and Facebook Live at the garden. Thank you, Hefe.
El Jefe.
El Jefe, the chief, the boss. Yay! Hi, Janine. Hi, Alyssa. Hi,
Oh,
Melissa.
see, Janine was
Oh,
the
boy.
one complaining that she didn't get to see us
Yes.
eat. So
Yes.
this is for you, Janine.
This is for you, Janine.
Everyone needs a cause. We're eating for Janine.
Ooh, this is for you, baby. Thanks for the rec.
All right, giving it a very important knife. And who's going to be the first to try this goat cheese right here? Look at that.
I think it shall be you.
Whoever has a hand free.
Chef, I think it's going to have to be you.
All right.
You can
Aw.
drizzle olive oil on this.
I
you
will do
can
that.
put herbs on it. Just try it straight up.
Oh, I'll try it straight up.
Jeez. Yeah, see how he follows orders? Good husband.
Oh my god.
Here, I can take one and I'll show a close up
All
of it.
right. You should
really-
take a bite.
It's really
Yeah.
bright and fresh.
Good.
Yeah.
Kind of like a queso fresco, if you had to compare it to something, but goaty.
Ooh,
A little.
I like that.
It's almost between what you would think of a soft traditional goat cheese and a queso fresco. Is what I
All
would-
right, here. We're going to do a little bit of co-eating.
Wait, COVID eating.
COVID.
I'll be 6 feet behind you.
It's so warm.
Yes.
Oh, God.
The cheese is warm and the bread is warm.
Oh, my
know.
God, the bread is fresh. Oh, my God, it's so good.
Does it get any better than this?
You guys, when it's grown or produced straight on the farm, it really does have a magic quality that you just cannot replicate when
It's
it's
really
store bought. It's really, I mean, like so much of here. The goat milk, even in the coffee, is amazing. Like all the produce is picked here or at the farm we were just at. All the meat is raised here. Really, really good stuff. It's magic. Fabulous. Well, are we progressing over here? Is that what we need to do? Or are we
We
done?
are.
It's interesting how the lemon becomes a note too, like
Yeah.
in the flavor.
Uh-oh. Oh my God! Drama on Facebook. What happened?
Oh, the calendar fell into the.
Okay. Well, we already had the pre-made cheese,
That's
thanks to Janine Marie.
So I would only say the last thing that you're gonna let this sit for about a half an hour and drain. So we probably won't see the finished
she's
result
scraping it
here,
in.
which is why I made the finished result already. And once the curds have drained in here, then you'll take your salt, give it a little bit of salt, and then sort of use your spatula to kind of stir that around a bit, and then gather up the muslin. I'll just you just gather the corners up, give it a twist, and then you just hang it somewhere where it can drain. So it needs to be suspended, and that's it.
All right. Oh my God, so exciting. All right. Well, thank you, Shane and Allison and Hefe for the bread and the cheese.
And hooray for the filming!
And hooray for the filming! We're going to try to experiment with YouTube after this. So stay tuned for more Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube content. And Tripping with Trip the podcast from Habitable Spaces will start, I think, around August 31st. We can make it happen. We'll keep you posted. Bye, y'all!
Bye.
Mwah!